Hello everyone, Moose Torrent here, and today I wanted to show you guys my melee strategy against Kulve Taroth. A lot of people are saying you really should only use ranged here so you can continually hit the horns, but you can do a ton of damage with melee as well, and I wanted to show you guys that. So the first part of the fight here, nothing too interesting going on. You're going to run around, get some tracks. You'll find her and hit her in the leg a little bit, but the main way to do damage here is with cannons and falling boulders. So here I'm approaching a cannon, and somebody on my team shot one of the boulders. That did 1500 damage, so that is a ton there. Always keep your eyes peeled and up near the ceilings so you can see those boulders, because that is the single strongest attack you can do in this area. And the second strongest is a cannonball with 360 apiece. And well, actually a fully loaded cannon might even do more than the a fully loaded cannon is going to do more than the falling boulders. So if you can do that, definitely try it, but it's hard to hit her with it. You can see when she had fallen down and she couldn't move, that was probably the best time to hit her with the cannon. But just see if you have the opportunity, run around, and if you see one in the background, just jump up there and start loading. Get a couple balls off, as many as you can. You can even put the artillery skill in your armor and shoot her for extra damage with the cannons, and then when she runs to the second area over here, you can just zoom back to the map and then take the shortcut over here really quick. And that would be a great way to do some extra cannon damage as well. So when you get to the second area, your main strategy is going to be trying to mount her. So I recommend eating for Feline Rider before you get over here, or when you get here at the camp. And the first area that I just showed you, that little pedestal, as soon as you get in, you can mount her from there. But it's the hardest area to use. The easiest, or maybe second easiest, depending on where she's at, I guess, are these wedge beetles. But she can blast you with fire, so be careful about that. But it's definitely a lot easier to mount. You can see here, there's another wedge beetle, so you can move around if she's going to a different part of the map, and you get a lot more room to move around to get that plunging attack, and that is a perfect landing. You want to hit her right in the shoulder blades. And if you're at this part of the map near the bottom, this is another great place to land her. Get that mounting attack. As you can see, this platform is a lot higher than that one at the beginning when you walk in. It's going to be a ton easier to mount her. So, as I said, aim for the shoulder blades where I am now. I kind of went for the horns a little bit more, but it looks like, from what I've seen during this fight, that it wants you to land right on the top of her shoulder to get the mount. So then mounting, obviously you just hit triangle to attack. Keep your eyes on the top right of the screen and it'll tell you when to hit the other buttons. When she's going to run into the wall to try to smash you, hit the left stick to move, and hold down R2 to brace when it says to do that, and eventually you'll get your finisher attack, which for me is the elemental discharge, and the switch axe. That does a ton of damage. And then you get some free hits on the horns, which all you have to do is break these horns and you win the fight. So your team is going to be so happy that you got the mount. Everyone's going to run over here hopefully and start just blasting these horns. It's a good time. A good time indeed. So after you mount her hopefully in the second area, she's going to move to the third area. And there's a lot of lava here, so pick up this chill shroom and use your cool drink. And your main mode of attack in the third area is going to be shooting these boulders, or stalactites. Stalagmite? I think it's stalactite on the top. And there's 3 of those. They'll do 1500 apiece. And stunner, so you can attack the horns. You can see the first one right up at the top of the screen there. be really careful about this, because once you hit it, it falls, and you're not going to get a second chance. You're going to have to move to another one of them, so be careful. Shoot it. It kind of looked like I hit her horn there, but I hit it, knocks her down, and unfortunately she's not mollifying. And that's when she starts glowing red, and she'll take damage, a lot more damage on her entire body, especially her head and horns, anything golden basically. If you want to speed up the mollifying process, you can use a fire weapon. I think when she's standing in the lava and she gets hit by lava attacks, that also speeds it up. And as you can see here, there's some lava moving. Eventually those will erupt, and if she's near one of those on top of it when it erupts, that'll do a lot of damage too. But that's kind of hard to control. It's more of a random chance, get lucky. And it kind of hit her in the face there, so that's a good thing. And then the other two are right in front of me at the top here. You can see both of them hanging right there. There's one. And she fell in kind of a bad spot here. You gotta stand in the lava. And she's still not mollifying, but hopefully she will be soon. Got another zero-sum discharge. Blasted her in the horns. Okay, so now she's mollifying. You can tell she's glowing, so she's gonna take a lot more damage. And there's the third one. It looked like my teammate shot it and there was just some lag or something. But in any case, you can see knocked her down again, and we're doing a lot more damage as opposed to when she was not mollifying. Busted her in the horns. Busted her in the mantle. And that lava's doing damage to you. So after you hit all those boulders, you're just going to start attacking her wherever you can. She should be mollifying at least by the time you use the boulders, hopefully before, because you want to get those extra hits in while you're doing more damage. And eventually, once you do enough damage, you're going to break her mantle. She'll shake it off, and she can move a lot faster without it. I don't know what the purpose of that thing is. I guess she just likes gold. Oh, and after you do enough damage to her horns, they'll chip and drop this. Make sure you go over to it and carve that and get some items, and maybe even the gem from her from that too. So here's the last area. Your main strategy is going to be this little rock stump in the middle. You just run up it. Try to do a plunging attack to get the mount. It's not the easiest thing to do. You got to get lucky and have her move under you when you get it. You're not going to get it your first try. You're not going to get it your second try. Well, maybe you will. But you'll do some damage to the horns, maybe some damage to the tail. And like I said, definitely eat for Feline Rider to make mounting easier. Because, as you can see there, it's not the easiest task in the world, but once you get it, it does a ton of damage. And you do that free shot on the horns, which is, it's all you need, basically. So there we are at the top of that hump on her back. Lucky me, I'm on her back behind all this lava and fire breath. That is one of the strongest attacks she has. I'm always afraid when she does that attack, one of my teammates is gonna die, but luckily our buddy Hyde over here, I don't really know him, it's just a random guy, but he was way out of the way, so he's good. And we're just stabbing her in the head. She runs into the wall, knocks herself down. And if you're on the ground when someone's mounting, just continually run towards her head, because you can start hitting her right now, getting damage on those horns. And I'm going to jump down and start smashing those horns. So much damage. This is a much better strategy than just trying to hit her head while she's moving around. And a lot of the time, if you have a full team, you'll end up just killing her after this mount. But it doesn't always happen, so you can either continue to try to mount. I don't know if you'll get it this soon after already mounting her, or you can just jump off and try to hit her in the horns, or you could just run around, try to hit her in the head from the ground. Either way, your damage output is going to be a lot less without that mount. So unless someone on your team has a ranged weapon, a bowgun, or if they're using an insect glaive and they mount her, you're going to have a slower time after the mount, but it's doable. And my god, that was a terrible time to jump. But luckily I had the Rocksteady mantle on. I have really good defense, so didn't do a ton of damage to me. Cracked her in the shoulder there. I hate when you're like 2 inches away from the monster and you just miss. I wish they'd just give it to you. Ooh, cracked her in the horns. That shook her brain and threw her off balance. She fell over. And there we go, just breaking the horns right off her head. She looks like a cat that's been shaved. It just doesn't look right. So, as you can see there, you can do just fine in this fight with the melee weapon if you know what you're doing. You don't need the light bowgun, the heavy bowgun, the bow, the RPG. So I hope that helped you guys out. And for the rest of the video, I'm just going to show you some clips of this strategy in action. So you can see it does work. Oh, 118 on the horns. That is great. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the video. Hope you guys, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the beginning, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Oh man, that was an awesome aerial attack. This is Moose Torrent, and I'll be back with another video for you shortly.